And of course I'm jumping right to the finished product. I left out a whole bunch of stuff. This may or may have not been the second time I made this. Oops. I'm not even going to show you the first time. That's pretty bad. What I didn't realize was when I was cutting it, it was on a pretty long taper, which is fine. But down on that end over there, it stays the same width for, I don't know, 6 or 7 inches. And then it tapers down to a smaller dimension. So anyways, that's what it looks like. And now it's time to clean it up. Clean all that stuff up inside. Get it ready for paint, copper spray, and all that fun stuff. And that's what it looks like on the inside. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I probably spent way too much time on this, but I don't care. Something I wanted to do. So, still gotta grind the paint off. Open that channel there, up from the bottom there on the outside. Then use the spot welder across, and then start cleaning up where the rocker mounts to. Drilled a bunch of holes for the inner brace there, so I can plug weld them. It's getting there. After some test welding, come to find out my little spot welder I have from Harbor Freight sucks for this. Metal's too thick, and the amount of copper spray that I put on there is just not going through it. I mean, it's good for like the cow and stuff because it's super thin. But for this, put a bunch of 7/32 holes through it. I'm just going to plug weld them all. Alright, quite a few weeks later, I'm ready to weld this guy in. I'm saving the paint for last after I get done welding everything in. I got some epoxy spray paint. I'm going to spray all this over with when I'm done and ready to weld on the inner rocker. But for now, I'm going to get the welding. It's going to be all plug welded around there, across the side, and then come across there, gets plug welded across the back. Now a little bit of area there, and then when we come out here, it's on focus. Bunch of plug welds there, couple plug welds across the top there, plug welds across the side, plug welds there, and then the back here, I'm just gonna run a bead across here. Mostly because it's supposed to be spot welded from up underneath, and I can't do that because obviously it's just put that new framework in there. But I want to leave this in place so I can keep the location of the rocker for rotated outwards in the proper spot. Then I'm going to rebuild this after I get this welded in and the inner rocker and all welded in. Alright, time to get to work. Finally, after I guess I think what 3-4 weeks of screwing around making that brace, there it is. Finally in there. Welded in, I'll stop there. I left that back weld out there because that's where the outer rail house slides into. But it's all rosette weld there, and welded on the end. Brace is all in there. Got the area up there ready for the inner rocker. Ready to go. Let's see. Get outside here. Welds around down. Yeah, my best work, but it's better than what it was. At least I don't have to do much body work to this. And like I said, down up in here, I just did a fillet weld. Focus. There we go. Fillet weld down in there, because I can't get up to the back side for where the spot welds were. And like I said, I'm going to rebuild that corner after I do the inner rocker. Oh yeah, here it is. The inner rocker's already actually pretty located fairly decently. The only thing I actually had to do was bend this over a little bit to make it match the contour of the B-pillar there, and that was it. So I'm going to allow a bunch of holes on here, and drill them. Same thing with, and then scuff up the inside, re-weld the seat bolt bracket back on, and then probably weld it in. Actually fits really freaking good. But I kind of knew that anyway from when I had it on off the car and I was making the inner rocker structure and all that fun stuff. The only real big thing I had to do was some hammer dolly work around the where it meets up there for the B-pillar. And that's it. And I got to do a little bit down in the corner there where it meets it. But that's my fault. I cut it wrong and put it in the wrong spot. But it's soft, malleable. I can knock it back in place. But yeah, that's really pretty much it. It fits exactly like how the original one did. Not really good. It's actually, honestly, it fits a hell of a lot better than the factory one. Big thing with this is locating it. There's that drain hole in the back there. It's maybe a little on the high side, which is fine. I really don't care. It's a drain. But you see there's a double one there. Top one is the structure I built. The bottom one is if any water gets into behind the structure that was built. For locating it, fore and aft, you have to bend there. And this little notch right there is actually how you locate it fore and aft. It's pretty easy. Kind of take it off the car, drill a bunch of holes, put it back up on there, and make sure it looks good. And then drill them out to probably 3/8, quarter. I'll probably do a quarter inch because I'm going inch, all the way around, all the way down this thing. So it's getting probably 3 times the amount of welds all along in here than what the factory did. Also, when I go to put it on, I'm going to run a bead of panel bond around it because the factory had some sort of sealant in there between the flanges, I guess, to seal water out. So I'll do that with panel bond instead of that foam crap that they use that retain water. Got all the holes drilled, checked it on the car. Looks pretty good. You can see them, not too far in, not too far up, not too far out. Time to drill them up to a quarter inch. There, I got all the holes drilled. Time to hit with some 80 grit on flap dip. that's it. Let it dry and we'll weld it all on the other. Next time you see me on this, we'll be welding it on. Now that bad boy's welded on, you'll give it just a thin ridge of pedal bond along here. So in the factory, it has some kind of foam sealant or something like that to cut this all off, or close this off. So, hey, pedal bond, can't get any better than that. But I do have to say that if you do it correctly, you had to take all the paint and stuff off of it to have metal to metal to give you the ultimate adhesion. Because the paint that's on your copper weld through actually acts as a bond release agent, because now it's just sticking paint to paint and you can actually pop it off. But there's going to be so much weld on this, it's not going to make a bit of a difference. That's really just using it as caulking. It just happens to be a really strong one. Alright. Cool. I just did that so it actually creates a little moisture barrier from water getting down in there. Alright, time to go put it up in the car. You know, like 2.5 hours later, welded in, grounded down, and ready for some paint. Oh man, looks pretty good. Not my best work, but definitely better than what was there. Let me spray some epoxy primer on it because I have the stuff I have. It's in the can. If I don't use it, I'm gonna lose it. All right. Cool. There we go. Thanks for watching, guys.